dare I say, snow, which means we got to bring in this guy, Mr. Tucker
Yes.
Barnes.
Good morning.
Morning, afternoon, evening, and it feels like it's been a long week already, Tucker, and it's only Tuesday.
It has been, yes. I've been here since early morning.
Yeah, that's your
Yeah,
answer.
so, okay, we're getting into the afternoon, and I know what you're thinking. Snow's not here. Where is it?
Mm-hmm.
Be here any minute.
Oh, okay, thanks.
Yeah, so going forward here, it will be a snowy afternoon, especially kind of late this afternoon, early this evening. Snow's going to move in. It may even be heavy at times for a period here early this evening. And it will be certainly a memorable snow. Listen, it's not going to rank in our top 10 or our top 20 snows of all time, but I do think it'll be a nice blanket of snow by tomorrow.
Really?
And I'll show you expected snow accumulations. All right, it says it right there. That's how I know, Guy. Afternoon snow. And sure enough, if it's not snowing at your place right now, it will be shortly, as we are gray, and again, we're looking at temperatures in the mid-30s. So you may be thinking, hey, 35 degrees, that's too warm for snow. It's not, because as soon as the snow starts, it will cool the column of air out there, and we'll be right around the freezing mark. So here's the thinking. It may snow for a couple hours this afternoon, where it's kind of coming down, but not really sticking yet to the roads and to the sidewalks. And as we get into late afternoon, the temperature will fall just a little bit. The intensity of the snow will pick up, and there'll be a magic moment where it's suddenly sticking everywhere. And we'll likely be just in time for our evening commute. So
lucky us.
If you can avoid that, you probably want to. And again, the snow will be heavy at times around here for a period of time early this evening, as we're expecting. I'll show you again expected accumulations here. Okay, increase in clouds, and you can see the snow is not too far away, snowing at this hour in Richmond and down into Charlottesville, and all of that will be spreading across the region shortly. And we'll be talking about a snow event here for the afternoon, evening hours. It should all be out of here by daybreak tomorrow morning, probably by 3, 4 o'clock if you're up early and you got to get out and about. It should be over by certainly by dawn tomorrow, with a pretty good snow event shaping up across the area. There's the big picture, and just kind of working west to east, sliding right across our region. We are in a very sweet spot for an all-snow event. We were concerned we might get some mixing. I think it'll mostly just be snow for us. So at least from my side of things, I like a nice pure snow event. I don't want a lot of junk in it.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
It will get ice pellets. I guess that's junk.
Yeah, that's junk.
Okay.
Winter storm warnings in pink and winter weather advisories in purple. And that area that's warned will get the highest snow totals by this time tomorrow. Generally 4 to 6 inches across the immediate Washington area, with the bullseye just to our south. If you're down into southern Maryland, Charles County, Spotsylvania County there in Virginia, Orange County, you're going to be in the bullseye where it might be closer to 5 to 8 inches.
Wow.
A little less up into northern Maryland, where you're on the northern edge and there's a little more dry air. But really a very nice, solid snow for us over the next 12 to 18 hours. And I would expect, I'm not making the call, but we know how the schools are around here, that there'll be widespread delays and cancellations tomorrow, as the snow will be coming down later tonight. Okay, here's the deal. So let's just talk going forward. Tomorrow will be a cloudy day. We'll get it up near 40, so everything will start dripping. And then we're going to get a period of rain tomorrow night. And then look at Thursday, 55 degrees.
Yeah.
So I think this, unlike in January when we got a pretty good snow, this one's going to be short-lived. It'll melt pretty quick, with temperatures in the 50s on Thursday. And we're getting it out of here just in time for all the lovers on Friday.
Did you put that heart there? That's your work there, sir? Looks really good.
Thank you. That's my
you lover, you.
ode to my sweetheart, yes. So, yes, we do look good for Valentine's Day. We've got plans on Valentine's Day just fine. Temps in the 40s.
All right, real quick, the heavy wet stuff or the light fluffy stuff with regard to the snow?
Good question. Mostly on the fluffy side.
Really?
So,
okay.
Yeah, mostly fluffy.
All right, well, can't really build a snowman with that, but I guess.
But it will turn kind of slushy tomorrow with the temperatures up near 40, so then you can get in your snowman. Build it quick. Send us pictures. Right here?
Yeah, well, you could use the hashtag.
Right here on LiveZone. Send us pictures to Guy.
Yeah, not to him, because he's about to get off. All right, folks, if you haven't already done so, make sure you download the Weather on the Go app. You see the QR code right there. Take out your cell phone. This is the time you should really utilize it, as yet again, we are expecting snow. And with snow on the way, getting ahead of the snowstorm is the name of the game. In this case, I'm referring to pre-treating the roads and making sure the snowplows are ready and everything in between. Joining us now to discuss just that is, hey, our guy is back, Charlie Gishler with MDOT back here on the Live Zone. Always good to see you, Charlie. Welcome back to the show.
And you as well. Thank you.
I got to tell you, I saw you off camera. You were pumping your fist when you saw the warm temperatures about to arrive sometime later on this week. If
Pitchers
only,
and catchers report.
yeah, if only that happened to be today. Not the case. Yet again, snow on the way and obviously pre-treating roads. That's the name of the game. Can you tell us the preparations that you all have made thus far?
Yeah, we finished pre-treating the highways with the soft brine after yesterday afternoon's rush hour. So that's all been finished. You'll see the white streaks on the state-maintained highway system. What that does is prevent that initial bonding of snow and ice from happening. It turns it more into like a slush. That way it's easy to push off the roadway on the onset of the storm. All of our crews are ready. We reported in early this morning, and we're going to supplement them with our contracting crews. And as soon as the first flakes start flying, we'll be out there, and we'll continue to be out there all the way through tomorrow, at least in the afternoon, until we're confident that those pavement temperatures are above freezing, the air temperatures are above freezing, and we get some good drying action going on.
Yeah, Charlie, also, we should probably put the message out there that with regard to the snow plows, it is not wise to follow closely behind, correct?
Oh, the best place to be is behind snow plows and snow equipment. They're literally clearing a path for you and putting material behind them so you get some traction. The one advice I can give you 365 all year round is never be in a hurry behind the wheel. And the speed limits are set for dry conditions. These won't be dry conditions. So always drive your speeds down and give yourself plenty of time if you do have to go out. I wanted to ask folks, if you could curtail travel when this thing starts to ramp up later this afternoon into the evening. We'd like to give our snowplow equipment and our contractors the freedom to clear a lot of pavement off. So we do nobody any good when we're stuck in traffic with everybody else. So if you could curtail travel, that'd be great. If you do have to go out, we do have some great resources for you to make a good plan. Roads.maryland.gov, that'll give you our storm application that shows you where the equipment is currently, where they've been for the past half hour. Also pinpoints areas to tell you what the pavement conditions are like, whether they're wet, slushy, snow-covered, or what. And also the chart icon as well, access to all those live traffic cameras.
Charlie, as we heard Tucker make mention, that snowfall will end sometime later tonight. However, we know that during the nighttime, the temperatures will decrease as well. Hence, the possibility for black ice. Will you all retreat the roads with that actually happening?
We do. That's why we're going to continue to have people in overnight, especially on those elevated sections of highway. They freeze first. They don't have the insulation of the ground underneath them, so they're just hanging out there freezing. So we will be out there treating all evening long and into the morning and scouting for any kind of icy patches as well. So if you do have to go out tomorrow morning and it looks wet, treat it like it is ice and just go slow over it. We like to say take it slow on ice and snow in this type of weather.
Yeah, Charlie, you touched on it a minute ago, but I really want to make sure we knock it home for our viewers, and that is the storm map. This is key, and this is quite honestly something that's state of the art.
It is, and it's relatively new. We've been using it, I guess, over the past 8 to 10 years, but we've modified it to the point now where we do have a lot more information for your viewers to use to make intelligent travel decisions. It shows you where the equipment is, where it's been for a half hour, and the latest feature we have is that there are little pinpoints in there that are color-coded that shows you what the pavement conditions are like at that point. So we really upped that a little bit. We're also harnessing infrared technology on our weather station, so we're able to tell a lot of information about the ambient air temperature and the pavement temperature, which are key. And we also have mobile ones as well, fixed to over 100 of our trucks. So we're able to tell what the conditions of the pavement are like from mile to mile, so we can make very smart deployment decisions.
Charlie Gischler, yet again with MDOT, kind enough to join us right here on the Live Zone. Always good to see you, sir. Stay warm.
You too. You too. Stay warm and safe.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, as if the impending snowstorm isn't enough to already deal with, how about you throw in the mix a water main break? That's exactly the case over in Prince George's County. As a result, the Washington Suburban Sanitary Commission has issued a boil water advisory in southern Prince George's County. Joining us now to discuss this is Lynn Riggins, WSSC Section Manager. Good to see you, Lynn. Welcome to the show.
Thanks so much for having me.
All right. Obviously, we heard about this morning. As a result, you all issued a boil water advisory. I'm hoping you could tell us at this current time the status of the water main break.
Sure. We have located where it is. We are mobilizing equipment and getting ready to begin repairs. It's in a bit of a precarious position. It's actually behind me on the other side of the Beltway here. So it's about 20 feet down from the side of the Beltway in a wooded area, which is why it took a while to locate. It was off the beaten path, if you will. So it is a 54-inch diameter, large water transmission main. So we are going to begin making repairs on that water main as soon as possible, getting all the equipment in place right now. But in the meantime, as you said, there is a boil water advisory in place for customers in southern Prince George's County, as well as a few communities north and east of that area.
Lynn, I'm hoping, can you explain what exactly does that mean? You got folks like me that you hear it all the time, but then once it's in effect, you're saying, what exactly do I need to do?
Sure, great question. So any water for consumption needs to be brought to a rolling boil for 1 minute and then cooled, and then you can use it. So water for brushing your teeth, drinking, preparing baby formula, giving to your pets, washing produce, all of that water for consumption brought to a rolling boil for 1 minute and then cooled, and then you can consume it. If you're washing your hands after using the bathroom or taking a shower or taking a bath, that is not water for consumption, so that water does not need to be boiled. So hopefully that helps explain it for you.
Obviously, we have a major snowstorm on the way, and with that being said, does that hamper the efforts with regard to the water main break repair? Are you guys actually speeding up in order to make sure it gets done?
We will continue to work as quickly as possible, also keeping safety in mind. But I want to stress the fact that water service and our distribution system is slowly starting to refill. So we were able to put another water main into service so that we can focus on these repairs without impacting customers. So the water distribution system is refilling after the large water main break this morning. So repairs, we're going to put those repairs over here and continue to work on those, but that's not going to impact restoring water service to our customers. However, that boil water advisory does remain in place for those customers in the impacted area. So keep that in mind as the water service comes back on. For those customers who were impacted earlier, you do need to boil water for consumption if you're in the impacted area.
Yeah, yet again, vital information to know. Lynn, I know you don't have a crystal ball in front of you, but overall, with regard to the conditions of our pipes in Prince George's County, do most of them, do you think, do they need to be replaced?
We have an aggressive asset management program. We make great decisions. We look at when breaks happen. We make good decisions on whether we need to replace a larger section of that pipe, or whether we need to make a repair to get it back into service and then come back later and figure out a replacement plan. So we look at all of that. We take break history into account, soil conditions, other environmental factors, and we make smart decisions so that we can best spend customer dollars when we're looking to replace these water mains. We have 5,900 miles of water mains across Prince George's and Montgomery counties.
All right. Yet again, we have been speaking with Lynn Riggins with WSSC, kind enough to join us right here on the Live Zone. We know you're busy, ma'am. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Have a good day.
All right. Well, as you already know, heavy snow forecasted right here in this area, potentially bringing significant accumulation to the nation's capital. And as they say, preparation is key. Hence, let us help you get prepared. Joining us now to discuss just that is Regina Ali. She is the manager in public and government affairs over at AAA Mid-Atlantic. Regina, always good to see you. Welcome back to the show.
Hi there. Welcome back. Thanks so much. Good to see you.
All right, let's talk about it. In this case, we're talking about snow, but all right, we already know that's going to happen. Let's make sure the folks are prepared. And so with that being the case, there are several things folks can do with their cars and or having a, let's say, a kit in their car to make sure they're A-okay.
Sure, absolutely. So first and foremost, and I don't want to repeat what Charlie may have already said, you do want to make sure that your car is road ready before you even head out. We know that our VDOT and MDOT officials, as well as our DC officials, will be out there trying to clear the roads and keep us all safe. But you don't want to have to go out and break down. So hopefully you make sure that your tires have sufficient tread, that the tire pressure is where it needs to be. If you need to venture out, make sure that you have windshield wiper blades, that you have sufficient windshield wiper fluid. You want to make sure that your battery is in good shape. I will tell you the typical lifespan for the battery is somewhere between 3 and 5 years. So if your battery is older than that, it's probably a good time to have it checked. But by and large, if you don't have to go out, don't venture out at all. But if you have to, you want to make sure you have an emergency road kit in your vehicle. Very important should you become disabled at the roadside. And that should include a couple of things such as kitty litter or gravel or sand, something to provide traction should you become stuck. You also want to have a flashlight, batteries, a fully charged cell phone. You also want to have a first aid kit, battery jumper cables, towels, and certainly snacks and water, not only for yourself, but for your kids and or pets if you're traveling with them.
Yeah. Regina, can you speak to the importance of slowing down, or as I like to say, slow your roll? I am guilty of perhaps driving a little bit too fast, but really not a smart idea when we're dealing with snow and ice.
Sure, absolutely. And we like to remind people that no matter how big your vehicle is, I know my husband loves to take his truck when it's snowing, but I have to remind him even big vehicles slide. So no matter if you have an SUV, sometimes folks with SUVs or trucks become a little overconfident, but your tires will and your vehicle will in fact slide on ice, no matter what type of vehicle it is. So you want to make sure that you're adjusting your speed. Speed limits are for ideal weather conditions. Obviously, if we've got snow and ice, that's not ideal conditions. So you want to certainly reduce your speed. You want to increase your following distance between yourself and the vehicle in front of you. And you want to certainly be able to manage that skid should you lose traction. You don't want to begin to spin or skid. Don't slam on your brakes. You want to steer into the direction you want the front of your vehicle to go should you start to slide.
Yeah, of course, safety is key, and we'll end with this, and that is after the snow falls, and yet again, I'm guilty. Don't tell anyone, Regina, but you have to clean off your car. Am I correct? You got to clear that car off of all that snow.
Absolutely. And I kid you not, I feel like every time I'm on here, I say that or whatever interview I'm doing, and then I go out and somebody's snow hits my car, a big chunk of ice. It's super important. I mean, it really can be deadly by not removing completely the snow and ice off your car. It's particularly true for larger vehicles when that snow could fall off into a vehicle behind you or even a car to the side of you, certainly impacting sometimes the visibility of the driver who has that snow. More often than not, it impacts the vehicle behind you, creating a huge visibility issue. And we've seen where ice has actually cracked windshields. So please, please, please make sure you clean off the snow and ice off of your vehicle once the storm passes us.
Well, you said please twice, so as a result, I think many of us now plan to do just that. Regina, always good to see you. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Be safe out there.